How to wholesale real estate without cold calling. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to share with you exactly how you can create a path of your first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate with no cold calling at all. Now, this might be like, wait, what's going on? Is this an April Fool's joke? Why is Zach telling me that I can cold call motivated sellers with no cold calling at all? And this is something you can completely do, and I'm not pulling your leg. There are certain things you can do that have no cold calling at all that can land you your first $100,000, your first $1 million, and heck, never even do a call in your life. Now, as a guy that talks a lot about cold calling, that loves cold calling, that talks positively about cold calling, and recommends so many beginners to cold call, why am I making this video? Well, I'm making this video because a lot of people don't like the whole grind mentality. They feel like, and a lot of people get into this thing I called, cold calling jail, where they are stuck perpetually going out here and calling, and they just can't get any success. They feel like they are just doing the same monotonous thing time and time again. And what I want to do is really share with you exactly my step-by-step formula, my actual formula of how you can go out here and do wholesaling real estate deals with no cold calling at all. So let's break this all down and let's share exactly how we can start doing this with no money at all. And I mean, some money if you want, but really how to go out here and do it the right way. Now, I'm going to show you today how to wholesale real estate with no cold calling. I want you to understand this. Cold calling is not a replacement for doing the work. Cold calling is not the replacement for going out here and actually getting eyeballs in front of sellers and actually getting wholesaling real estate deals. This is not a replacement. I just want you to understand this, okay? Now, when you hear people talk about this, and I've seen a lot of videos of people saying, oh, you don't need a cold call to do wholesaling real estate deals, right? There's no cold calling is involved, but the way that you can be successful is you got to pay $4,000 for this lead pay-per-click or pay-per-lead program, and that's how you're going to be successful. That's how you're going to do deals. And I see people do this all the time where they try to tell you that that's how you become successful. Like that is how you become the best success in the world. And I don't subscribe to that theory at all. I don't subscribe to the theory that you have to pay a $5,000, $7,000 coaching program to go out here and find success. I don't subscribe to the theory that you have to go out here and spend all this money on these masterminds and stupid little guru programs, right? I don't subscribe to any of these theories. What I subscribe to is if you're willing to work hard and you have no money, you can become successful. Now, most wholesaling gurus will tell you need to spend $4,000 because their program's $8,000. And so it makes them look better. And if you can't spend $4,000 a month, why would I want you from an $8,000 program, right? So I think a lot of wholesalers don't understand this, that your guru is just trying to siphon money out of you. That's the point. Now, is that bad for me to say as a guy that owns a software, X leads right here? Hey, I sell software, right? Like I do own a software company, and yeah, spending money on marketing for the bigger players out here and people doing well. Yeah. Hey, does better for me too, but putting the hat on the guy that has helped over 250,000 people with no money at all get started in wholesaling, it's like you don't need to go out here and spend all this money. The truth is, yeah, spending money does make it better, but don't feel like that's going to be the thing that you need success with. So I get people try to get X leads and they're like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. Just because you bought a software doesn't make it better. It's just a tool, right? And to be a legit player in wholesaling, you don't have to be spending $4,000 or $5,000. And a lot of people tell you it's cold calling or spend a lot of money. Cold calling ain't your only path if you're looking to get started and looking to actually become successful without much money or much budget or capital at all. It's weird. You're in the Matrix right now, or I'm I'm giving you the pill, right? The red pill or blue pill of just hey, this is the truth. You don't have to go spend $15,000 to become successful, and you don't have to do crazy cold calling. There are things you do need to do. And specifically what I want to talk about today is something I don't think a lot of people really want to talk about. But cold calling isn't going to be the thing that's going to get you rich, right? It's what cold calling creates. And the really cool thing about cold calling is it creates good habits. And that's the way cold calling has its biggest benefit is when you cold call, you just get used to it, you make it a habit, and you do it. And the problems I see with all these other marketing channels are wholesalers don't want to create a habit with texting. They don't want to make a habit of probate mailers, right? They don't want to make a habit of these other things. But what I've seen is if you're able to use the good stuff that cold calling can create into your wholesaling, you do a lot better. And so more specifically here, what I want you to do is grab the good stuff from cold calling and put stuff that you don't have to call. And so specifically, they're habits. And a habit is just something where you just do it kind of instinctually. And so for me, I used to cold call Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Those were my times. If we create habits with our marketing and habits with our lead generation, we're going to get deals. And specifically, that's what I want to talk about today. And a lot of people feel like they are in, quote, cold calling jail. I see it all the time. I see so many people think they're in this little cold calling jail and they just can't get out of it, right? They can't become successful because they're in cold calling jail. And cold calling is great, but a lot of people get stuck in that jail where they feel like they're like handcuffed for 5 hours on the phones, calling. And I'll be honest with you, I love cold calling to death, but it can become like a jail sentence for a lot of people. Now, as a guy that's addicted to making money, I love doing it, right? But for some people, when you don't have that much time, it feels like a sentence that you just have to suffer. And some people look at cold calling as suffering. And so I'm going to show you how to escape it. And the most important thing over anything else in a wholesaling real estate business, okay? I want you guys to really understand this, all right? In your business, in wholesaling real estate, when I look at successful guys and gals and unsuccessful wholesalers, the one thing that kind of strikes to me the most, all right, when I look at a person that was running a good business or bad business, is just one simple concept. And this is how many eyeballs are you getting in front of your message? So what is your message? Your message is, hey, my name's Zach. I'm looking to buy a couple houses in the area for cash, or you're looking to sell your house. I'm looking to buy some houses for cash. So basically, we buy houses cash. I'm looking to buy a house for cash offer in your home, that regular stuff, right? And specifically, you're looking to get as many eyeballs as you can, or the right eyeballs. And so you can do a list of 100 probates, which will probably be equal to doing 1,000 high equities. And just getting those eyeballs in front of the right people and getting that message is more important than anything else. And so there's the right people and then the volume of people, right? Quality and volume is kind of what I put, but that's it. So if you're not getting eyeballs in front of your message, you're not making money. So if you're not marketing, you're not making money. And so just really understand this. And what I mean by this, and I really want you to understand, is you going out here and filter data sorting and list stacking behind a Google Sheets and data coding and creating algorithms and trainings and processes and SOPs, and that stuff's great, cool, but no eyeballs is seeing a message by you doing that. You texting a seller is getting an eyeball in front of them, right? You going out here and putting a bandit sign out is getting an eyeball out here. But you going out here and trying to perfect your scripts and processes and watching hours of videos is not going to make you the money. It's getting eyeballs out here of people who are looking to sell the property. That is how you make the money. Now, you're watching this video, and I'm not saying stop, don't get out of the video, right? But so you're getting the right information. That is important. But the information without action is nothing. And so what I mean by eyeballs over everything, right, is because a lot of people say the word, and this is a buzzword these gurus say, it's like action, action, action. And it drives me crazy when people say action, because people are like, oh, well, I'm just going to go out here and make the right profile picture for my Facebook. That is not action. Eyeballs of motivated sellers are not being in front of your message. That is it. And the reason I say eyeballs over everything else is because the man that spends $500 on a probate mailing campaign versus the person that just texted a seller, the eyeball goes to the same message. So your seller's using their eyeballs to look at your message. They don't care if you spent 50 grand a month on Facebook ads or PPL or PPC, right? They don't care that you spent $0 and you're broke and you live in Botswana. It's all about getting the eyeball in front of the message. It doesn't matter how it got there. It matters what it says. It matters the quality of the seller that you're talking to. But at the end of the day, you just gotta let sellers know your message. And everything else is just smoke and mirrors and a distraction of what you need to do. Now, closing, dispoing, I get it. But if eyeballs aren't being seen, it ain't happening, right? And so if customers are not walking through the door, you are not making money. Doesn't matter if someone's already eating at the table. It's about getting people into the restaurant that gets the cash and gets the stuff. So you have to play what I call the quality game and the volume game. These are the two games in wholesaling that we must play. So we want eyeballs in front of a large volume of people, and or we want eyeballs in front of a great quality of high quality eyeballs or high quality people who are on a list that no one else is really going after, right? And so we have to understand this is the name of the game. And so it's a catch-22, right? Because we have a lot of people that just want to go out here and call 50,000 people or text 100,000 sellers. But if you're going 100,000 sellers doing the wrong thing, if you're going west when you need to go east, like you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to spend money and it doesn't matter. A lot of people want the participation, but they don't want to get the results. And what I'm telling you is trying to get the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana, as I say, right? The best of both worlds. And so what I can tell you is what you need to do is just pick. And this is just for anyone starting out, okay? This is just for anyone starting out. Focus on 2 quality lists and 2 what I call grind lists. So just focus on 4, right? I was on the ZachDiscord.com on our Friday call, and I was talking to like 7,000 wholesalers, 6,000 to 7,000 wholesalers in the Discord. It's free Discord, by the way. Check it out. Quick plug, ZachDiscord.com. Best Discord community for wholesaling. It's amazing. I should be charging $100 a month. I give it out for free. But I was on that call, and I was kind of talking about how most people can't, like their ADHDs are so bad that they can only focus on 3 things. But I'm going to give you 4 today. Make it a little better, right? Maybe you do the 2-in-1 approach, but like I think most people can only focus on 3, maybe focus on 4, make it an even split, why not? But just figure out 2 lists that are the highest quality and figure out 2 lists that have the best volume or, something you can grind on. And a good grinding list is like, hey, you do like X leads, do a high equity list, right? You do a tax delinquency list, which is free, right? A drawing for dollars, right? And then kind of a quality list. So maybe just putting a sticky note on a pre-foreclosure, I'd say is high quality. Obviously sending a probate mailer out here would be great. We have a lot of great probate mailing templates that cost no money at all. Like the template's free at freewholesaling.com, right? We have mailing, the information's free, okay? But what I'll tell you is just figure out 2 or 3 lists are probably going to be where I want everyone to start hopping on. And something that I think a lot of people need to know is kind of getting rid of these goals. And I've been seeing this more and more. And just with the more followers I have and just the sheer number of successful wholesalers I mentor and help for free, I see that the vast majority of the successful people had these goals, but they prioritized habits over the goals. And more specifically, just making sure they're doing the right things every single day. And another word for this is just having like have a short-term vision, a medium vision, a long-term vision. So like, guys, you can have your goals, right? Hey, I want the Lambo with the yacht, the cool apartment, condo, house, mansion, whatever. Like have the crazy goal in mind, right? But have a medium goal, like, hey, within a year I want to be at 100K. That's fine. But like those things, like don't focus too insane on them every day. More specifically, we need to go on our micro goal or like our goal for the week and the month, more specifically. And the goal should be to hit 100 sticky notes for the week, right? Post 60 bandit signs, digital bandit signs for the month. Like just micro obtainable habit goals. And so if you're a bodybuilder, gym guy or gal out here, and I ask you the question, like, what's the hardest part about working out? The vast majority is going to say just showing up, right? For someone that hates the gym, right, they'll tell you just showing up's the hardest part. It's never the workout that's the hard, it's just showing up. And the hardest part about marketing is just showing up. Because once you're putting bandit signs out, once you're putting sticky notes out, you feel a lot better. You're making a change in your life. You're getting closer to making 40 grand on a deal. You get more excited. And so what I could tell most people is just focus on creating habits. That is it. A habit of getting in front of sellers and getting your message out to those eyeballs. Create the habit of marketing. Having the goal of the Lambo or the Ferrari or the cool whip is not going to make me rich. Me wanting stupid, superficial things are not going to make me rich. Or even think about retiring my mom. Yeah, it's cool to have that in my head, retiring my mom. But like, how am I going to retire my mom, right? Specifically, it's creating a habit of cold calling, texting, whatever marketing you have in your mind will help you get to that goal. And so if you don't want to cold call, a habit of doing the specifically 5 things I want to tell you is going to help you achieve that goal and achieve what you want to do. And so creating a habit of the right things will help you retire your mom, make the money, make the 100K, whatever it is. But the habit is going to be the key to our victory, right? A lot of people think about unlocking the door, but we never think about the lock and the key to the lock. How do you unlock a door? Well, I'm going to break it, man. It's dead bolted in. I'm just going to imagine unlocking the door. That's how I'm going to get it. Now, that's stupid. Hey, I'm going to go find a key, right? And then unlock the door. And so a lot of guys are looking at unlocking the door and how to unlock the door and picking the lock when just go find the key and do it. And when I mean picking the lock, a lot of people want to make 100 grand and they want to do it the easiest way possible. There's no easy way to do it when you have no money. There's no easy way when you have a lot of money. You got to grind it out. You can't go spend $300 on the sickest shoes and be the best basketball player in the world. I don't care how much air is in your air bubble on your Nikes. It ain't going to make you better than Anthony Edwards, right? And it ain't going to make you better than LeBron, right? Like, no, there's no, you can't go pay for a personal training basketball guy in a week to make you better than an NBA guy. The only way you're going to do it is by working hard. And so that is how you do it. And a lot of these shortcuts, I'm sick of people trying to find them. So create the habit. So on average, it takes about a little over 2 months to a habit to stick. They say 67 days, some say 64 days. Wholesaling, I say 2 months or 60 days, but let's call it 65 days. Okay, so this is, so I don't like I just talked about, I'm just clowning on goals, right? And so let's get rid of goals and let's start changing with obtainable, actionable steps. So doing 100 texts a day should be our micro goal, right? Not go out here and get the BMW, right? Let's focus on the 100 texts a day. That is going to give us the key to success. And so let's make a habit today. Let's make a pact. Let's make a sick pact and say 65 days, starting tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this, right? Of, hey, I'm going to do these 5 habits that Zach's about to tell me, and I'm going to do them for 65 days, and a habit will stick, and this will lead me to 6 figures. The worst thing someone can tell me is when I give them a game plan of success, right? I get this all the time in Flipboard Plus. I get this a lot when I do my one-on-ones on this channel and everywhere else, right? It drives me crazy. But I go out here and I just explain that, hey, this is what you need to do every single week, month, and for the year so you can get successful. And I don't hear from them for 2 months and I say, hey, what happened? Like, I just, life happened, man. Life happened, bro. And I just wasn't able to do it. I'm not getting into it as a choice or not, but if you have the habit, you do it. And I always like talking about the story. And it's funny. So let's look at a habit really quick. I'm not going to get in a whole rant, but let's go. Before I give you the habits, I want you to understand what our habit truly is. Because a lot of people think that a habit is like, oh man, I get up in the morning and I work out. That's my habit. Kind of, but not really. And what I mean by that is, if I could stay in shape and be as healthy and not work out, I probably would. Not going to lie. I think a lot of people would do that too. But a habit is something where it's just instinctual in your mind. It has to be done. No questions asked. And working out for me 5 days a week is probably it's a must for me, right? It's a non-negotiable in my mind. And so what a habit is for you, my definition is going to be a non-negotiable no matter what. It has to be done. No ifs, ands, or buts. So a lot of people is like taking care of your family is a non-negotiable, right? A lot of people there's certain things in life that are non-negotiable. Like, will I ever go out here and, here's just an example, cheat on a spouse, right? In my mind, that is a no-go and you should never do that. And that is a non-negotiable. It doesn't even cross my mind to do that. And it never will. It goes against my moral code that I have as a man and as just a person in general. I don't think I could go out here and tell you to do the right thing if that's what I'm doing on camera, right? Like, it's just duh, right? And that's how strong, when you create your word, and your word is your bond, should be. So when you say you're going to do something, you do it. You don't break that. That is breaking the habit. And of course, if your life's in danger, whatever, right? But the biggest habit everyone watching this probably has is eating. More specifically, eating dinner, right? And so if you look at me, right, I ain't the skinniest guy in the world, I ain't too crazy, but like, one thing I will tell you I do is I do not miss a meal. I love eating, okay? I like to eat. And so I had this habit of eating dinner every night. Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't ever forget to eat dinner. Y'all go out here and forget to market for the day. You'll go out here and forget to do digital bandit signs, but y'all won't forget to eat dinner. You had some nice chicken wings tonight, right? And it's always funny to me that I'm not saying anything, but like, there's some guys over here, they're over 140, 150. That's all I could say, a little bigger, not bad, a little bigger. Maybe some bodybuilder type guys that like eating, but like me, y'all don't miss a meal, right? I don't miss a meal, trust me, okay? I ain't skipping dinner. Y'all go out here and eat dinner, but you won't market. And I know you guys like, duh, Zach. Well, I mean, you can go 7 days without eating if you have water and survive. Like, you won't die if you don't eat dinner, right? It's not a thing. And so I tell a lot of these people, especially people that aren't like super skinny, and the reason I say because they like eating like me, right? I'm not making fun of anyone, how they look, but like, I ain't a tiny dude, right? So one thing I'll tell you is some people that have these crazy problems not marketing, not getting in front of 50 sellers in the day, right? I say this one thing, and when I say this, their eyes goes, what? That's so crazy. I mean, I'm mentally deranged to make people money and make myself money, so just FYI, but I once told this one dude, a little bigger, I said, you like eating? He's like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, I love eating too, right? Like yesterday, I just ate like 8 burrito tacos. No joke. Like, there's this Mexican restaurant locally here. This guy, I don't even know how he makes these tacos. They are insane. They're called burrito tacos. They're amazing. Okay, I ate 7 of them. All right, and like super fatty, amazing, right? So I told the guy, like, I downed like 7 burrito tacos last night. Like, I'm not making fun of you for this, but like, I don't miss a meal. And I said, well, you don't miss a meal, but you miss marketing. And this was a cold calling example, but he just could not cold call for 2 hours a day for the life of him. He just had this riddling anxiety. And so what I told him was, you don't eat dinner tonight unless you cold call for 2 hours. And he said, what? I said, yeah. Make it a new rule for yourself. Make this a new standard for your life. If you do not cold call for 2 hours, you go to bed hungry and you'll starve. He said, you can't make me do that. I said, yeah, I can. I promise you, you will find a way to cold call the 2 hours if food was on the line. A lot of people are very food motivated, right? And that person ended up doing the calls because he liked his food. Duh, right? And so the habit is a must. Hey, I don't eat dinner unless I do this. You are more likely to do it. And if you don't do it, you have to follow through with that. And so my message for wholesalers watching this is I want to share with you 5 habits that you have to start implementing to avoid cold calling, to get you deals. But because I'm giving you what you want, you don't want to cold call. You have to give me what I want, which is a habit. So let's break it all down. Habit 1, 5 habits. Okay, habit 1, SMS text blasting. I want you to text 100 sellers a day. That is a habit that you must do. No cold calling, no working out for your gym rats, no Fortnite, no anime, no bachelorette, right? Like, think of something you love that's like recreational or fun. You can't do it unless you do it. And so for most people, I'd say no TikTok if you're a young buck. No TikTok, no social media until you do your 100 texts for the day. I think that's a good little habit, right? And it's easy to do once, and it's hard to do every day. And so anyone can do 100 texts in one day, once, but it's doing 100 texts one day, 365 times in a row. And I want you to do it 65 times so it's a habit so you don't forget it. 65 days to create a habit. That is it. SMS text blasting. 100 sellers. Habit number 2. Post 2 digital bandit signs a day, one on a Craigslist and one on a Facebook group. We teach you how to do it in Wholesaling.com, right? How to have AI kind of do all the work for you, most of it, right? But I'm telling you right now, 2 digital bandit signs a day. That's what I'm asking you. Do it. So 130 digital bandit signs you got to put out for the habit to form. But just do 2. I promise you, it'll take you 5 minutes to post 2. That's it. So I don't understand why people forget to do it. And it's not something you can fake. The reason why I like talking about digital bandit signs is it's not even that you posted them. It's about just forming the habit of doing it every day. Helps you get a lot of success. My favorite thing is when I'm doing a Zoom or something with someone, or I'm talking to somebody and they say that, they're doing digital bandit signs. They say, Zach, I'm posting digital bandit signs every single day like you say, and I'm getting no deals. Guess what I do? I say, pull up, share your screen right now, pop up your Craigslist. I want to see 100 ads you posted. I kind of had like 4 weeks where I didn't post anything. It always comes out. It always comes out. Well, I kind of conveniently wanted to say, Zach, you don't know what you're talking about. What you're saying doesn't work. But I wanted to leave out that I just didn't do it for a month straight. Right? And I get that. I get it all the time. And this is why, to this day, I invite anybody to talk to me one-on-one. And if you have created a habit of doing your marketing an hour a day, and you've done the things that I say in freewholesaling.com, and you haven't gotten a deal in a year, you are completely invited to talk to me, and I'll do a whole audit of your business and tell you exactly the issue for free. It is always you use a stupid guru script who hasn't done a deal in 14 years, or hasn't done a deal in like 2 years, who doesn't know what they're talking about, who doesn't do any wholesaling deals, that is absolutely terrible and just doesn't know what they're doing. Right? I see it all the time. You try mixing my good information with a broke guru's information, and you wonder why it doesn't work. Like a lot of you guys will try to add sugar on a pizza and be like, why doesn't it taste good? The guru put sugar on his cake, and you say to make a pizza. Like it doesn't match. I don't match with guru stuff because I'm not having you spend 18 grand on your marketing, right? I'm not here trying to scam you. I mean, a lot of gurus scam. Not every guru is a scammer, but I see a lot of it. So I see this a lot, but just create it, the habit. All right, just create the habit. Habit number 3, reverse trying for dollars. If you can do it, if you have the means for this, if you're virtual, I would go harder on habit number 5, which we'll talk about. But reverse trying for dollars if you can. Specifically, putting some headphones in, listening to whatever your favorite music is or whatever it is, podcast. A lot of you guys listen to these live streams while you're doing it, right? Which is kind of cool. So you don't have to sit down and watch the video. You can sit down, listen to the video on YouTube while putting sticky notes out, right? That's another cool thing you can do. But you just put sticky notes on houses. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. Google Voice. And what I'll tell you is, what should I tell you to do? I think 20 a day is a really good habit if you can. If you can post 20 a day of a pre-foreclosure, code violation, probate, lien, any government type list, even the evictions list, if you can find the owner, like the actual absentee owner and put it on their house, I think that is probably going to be one of the best habits you can have. 20 a day keeps the guru away. And the actual saying I say is, an offer a day, making an offer a day keeps the guru away. But that's all it takes. I would say 20 a day will create a great habit. You'll get used to it. You'll probably do 100 a couple days, right? That's about 140. Yeah, 140 for the week. So you can do 70 on the weekends. I don't really care what it is. But make that a habit for yourself. And it's not that hard. It really is not. And you just put the sticky notes out, listen to your music. Someone says, oh, well, why put a sticky note in my house? Well, hey, me and my partner are looking to buy a couple houses in the area, and we're just seeing if anyone's looking to sell their house. No, I'm not. Okay, no big deal. Or heck, if the person's scary, you're like, hey, this guy hired me to put sticky notes on houses. He's looking to buy houses. I can give you his information. If not, I'll take down your info and put you off the list. So one secret psychological thing I've always found is when people are angry, if you blame somebody else, it works way better. Like, I'm so angry of that offer. And then what I like to say is like, yeah, I know you're so angry over that offer. Rick gave you the offer. I'm just so mad at Rick too. And when you just kind of move the anger towards someone else, and if you're angry too, they can't really like if we're both angry at somebody, they can't be angry at me. Unless you do something crazy. But like, you just kind of shift the blame to somebody else. That's how you do it. So reverse trying for dollars. Now, number 4 is going to be what I call direct mail, kind of be whatever you want, right? I like probate mailers, any type of like cheap mailing you can do. So like even tinier postcards if you want to send them out. But I'd say a probate mailer. If you could send if you have the budget for it, there's like $100 a month. If it's too much, it's too much, right? But like if you send like 100 letters out. So we have the free letter template. The letters work really good for probates. Only for probates, FYI. I just see a lot of people having success with it. I would put 100. Yeah, I'd say about 100 a month, which isn't a lot. I think that's 20 a week. If you have the budget for it, I would do it. If you don't, maybe a bandit sign if you can, or some more digital bandit signs. But I would probably do that. I'd go all in on the probate mailers. They're just so underutilized. When I look at return on investment, it's going to be better than pretty much most of these competitors and better than most of everything. So probate mailers are really good. Just go to Wholesaling.com. We teach you how to do it. A lot of people have these crazy direct mail courses. It's all free, so don't worry about that. And number 5, probably one of the biggest habits I can tell everyone on here is just getting in a room of successful wholesalers. And I'm not saying that for you to go sign up for Flipboard Plus, right? Like obviously that's great. You can get in front of great 6 and 7 figure wholesalers. But the main part of this is just getting in front of a community of successful wholesalers. And so if you hop on any of my live streams, you'll get in front of 6 or 7 figure wholesalers looking to work with you. If you go to my Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses for real, 145,000 people, like, yeah. Or you go to zachdiscord.com, which I try to push everyone to go towards. zachdiscord.com, zachdiscord.com. Even though most people know about it, they don't do it. Go to my free Discord. You'll just be in front of a group chat of people looking to become successful. Heck, last night, I'm doing the dishes, and I just hop in the lounge in the Discord, and you got like 8 or 9 guys, just like, I think 3 of them I knew, and they did at least like 80K this year, and they're all just hanging out Saturday night talking about how to make money. Like it's way better than being in the bars with your friends, and just the tangible ROI you get over a year straight of just talking to other people becoming successful and just elevating your friend groups will make you more money than anything else. And this is a marketing ploy, kind of. I call it leverage lists. And you can call it JVing, you can call it whatever you want, but leverage list is kind of like the power of 10 is better than power of 1. And so if I have an army of 100 friends that I have, and we're all trying to get deals together, I'm gonna do better than me by just doing it by myself. And if you're able to leverage other beginner wholesalers to go work with you, so if you live in, I don't know, somewhere crazy in Asia, and you can't cold call, you can find a young guy who wants to cold call who might not have money, and you can provide some dial or whatever and have him cold call, so you're not cold calling at all. And you can just kind of leverage his time, and you can leverage your time for the correct way to find wholesaling deals. And so leverage listers are really interesting. It's kind of like JVing. It's just networking. You can call that too. But working with other people that are successful will always work. And obviously flipboardplus.com is great. That's kind of our like community. If you want to like go to live events and do that kind of thing and DM other people, like that's great too. And get in front of me and Rick. But like more specifically, I think you should do it in the free way. JV is someone inside of Flipboard Plus. Then you're able to join Flipboard Plus for free. It's the best thing to do, because then you have it for free. That's pretty dang cool. But what I'd say is join the Discord, join the Facebook group, comment on the live streams, and just let people know who you are and what you do. Hey, my name's Zach. I'm in South Florida, and I've done a lot of deals, and I'm looking to do more deals. Hey, John in Louisville, Kentucky, you made $100,000 last year? Tell me, what has your marketing been? I know we're not going to be competing. Just tell me, what do you do? Let me tell you what's working for me. It's pretty dang cool. And back in the day, you had to spend $14,000 to be in a mastermind with someone to get that info, but now you do it for free. It's pretty dang cool. And so what I could tell you is take advantage of these opportunities, because these opportunities aren't here forever. And what I mean by this is in my Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses for Real, I used to do like a weekly Zoom in there for free. And I only had like 8 people in the Zoom. Then I think I looked at the stats. I think 7 out of the 8 people in that Zoom, they were with me for 4 months, and they all made $100,000 within 2 years, like almost 100% success rate. And you're able to just leverage the opportunity of getting in front of me and the people I know when I didn't have a lot of followers. And the Discord's only getting bigger, right? the amount of followers that we have is only going to get bigger. And so do it now and actually have kind of a little social brand around you in all of our communities. So when we double our size in the next coming years, you're able to kind of already have that green check mark. You go in there, you'll explain it right. You'll have people who already know you. You'll have your networking already done where it's like, hey, Zach's actually a good person to talk to. And then you have people referring you to other people. And I call it karma points, right? We were talking about that last week about like, if you just do the right things or get in front of the right people, they will help you out too. And you help them. And when you help people out, everyone makes more money. So leveraging out your connections is really important. And you never know your right connections until you actually start doing it. So let people know who you are. I promise you, there's nothing bad that can happen from that, only good things if you do the positive and right things for you to become successful and you to start doing wholesaling real estate deals. So that is exactly how to make money wholesaling real estate with no cold calling at all.